The pursuit of peace in the Middle East has been an elusive goal for decades. As Hari Srinivasan reports, one couple is turning to humor to tackle the conflict between Jews and Palestinians.
An unlikely duo.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Iman.
And we're a Jewish Palestinian lesbian married couple. Yes.
Wow, that's not how our families reacted. Thank you.
For the past year, comedians Jess Solomon and Iman El-Husseini have performed together on stage and through Instagram cartoons with one name, the El Solomons.
Jess is the one who proposed to me. Amazing. She actually built the courage to ask my Muslim father for my hand in marriage.
He said no.
Said no.
Iman and Jess's act draws on what they call their inconvenient marriage. Their comedy, based on being a Jewish-Palestinian couple, is finding new audiences at the same time that the political debate heats up in Washington over U.S. support for Israel.
In recent months, President Trump has engaged in a public war of words with Representative Ilhan Omar, one of the first Muslim women in Congress, over language Republicans and even some Democrats labeled anti-Semitic.
What do you think?
I like it, but I wish
We like the yellow mustard.
After a quick stop at their local Jewish deli
And also, I'll take some pastrami.
and Arabic grocery store, Jess and Iman say there's no debate.
Is it possible to be critical of Israeli policy without being anti-Semitic?
Of course. When you love something, it's fair to criticize it because you want it to get better. You have high expectations.
I love you and I criticize you.
All the time. Exactly. That's a perfect example.
And look how much better you've gotten.
One uniting issue for the Muslim and Jewish communities, hate crimes. Reported incidents in the United States have been on the rise in recent years. High-profile attacks like those on synagogues in Pittsburgh and San Diego and a mosque in New Zealand keep that concern in the news.
Has the rise in white supremacy bonded both of you a little more?
I think it's bonded us, for sure. Both our communities are targets of white nationalism or white supremacists.
That's one of our arguments. I'm hated more. No, I'm hated more.
No, it's me.
Before they could have serious conversations about the divide between Israelis and Palestinians, the couple had to establish some ground rules.
When we get into an argument, well, where did you hear this? If you heard it growing up, or you heard it at the dinner table, or you heard it in Hebrew school, or you heard it, it doesn't count. We have to go to another source of information.
What's something else that people can do to try to turn the temperature down in an argument with someone when it's so personal?
I think if you educate yourself, because a lot of people who get in heated discussions, it's usually emotional rather than like an actual, just like a regular conversation that's well thought of.
Over time, their politics became aligned as Jess, a former United Nations human rights lawyer, has grown more critical of Israeli policy.
I moved into her place. She didn't want me there. But I moved in anyway. You know how we do. Okay.
It is a beautiful love story. She makes me go through checkpoints in my own apartment.
And Iman, whose family fled Palestine and then Kuwait after the Iraqi invasion in 1991, makes her Palestinian heritage a centerpiece of their act.
It's not easy being Palestinian nowadays or for the past 7 decades. I feel like we're the only ethnic minority that gets excited when a racist person tells us to go back to our country. Like, hey, why don't you go back to your country? Oh my God, thank you so much, sir. That is so nice. He thinks we have a country. That is so sweet.
There's like some talking points that you grow up with as a Jewish person. And one of them is that Palestinians don't recognize the existence of Israel, or for example. And it was really only with Iman that she was like, well,
what
no,
about our
no, I know. And I was
Nobody
like,
cares.
Someone's going to watch this and say, well, look, Jess is clearly sold out. She's so enamored, she's gone to the other side.
well, sometimes they'll even call me anti-Semitic or self-hating or, or a traitor.
Aside from our politics, our life is pretty Jewish. I'm not particularly religious, but I've been to synagogues way more than mosques.
There's like so many things that have to come together for you to find your person.
While a sense of humor has worked so far for Jess and Iman, a comedic cure has yet to land among their divided cultures. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Hari Srinivasan in Brooklyn, New York.
Iman and her family might have never fled to Canada.